Good morning students. Welcome to second part of second chapter Business Services 1. In previous session we started first business service, that is insurance. The most important topic, that is principles of insurance, we discussed in previous session. In continuation to that, today we will discuss types of insurance in detail. Mainly, insurance can be divided into two parts. Number 1, life insurance, and number 2, general insurance. Now, what is life insurance? It's a contract between an insurance policy holder, that is the insurer, and the insurance company, where the company promises to pay a specific amount in exchange for a premium upon the death of the insuree. Now this life insurance again we can divide into two parts. Number 1, whole life insurance. Number 2, endowment insurance. Now let us discuss in detail these two one by one. Now first is whole life insurance. When a person who is insured dies, the insurance company undertakes to pay a pre-decided sum as a compensation to the legal heir of the deceased according to the contract or an agreement. It is known as whole life insurance. The insurance company decides how much insurance can a person buy based on his income and premium paying capacity, and then decides the premium the insuree needs to pay. When the insurance company gets satisfied that the death of insuree took place naturally, that is, he did not commit suicide or something, the insurance company pays the full amount as per the contract to the heir. Life is precious and hence there cannot be any price decided for it. An insuree decides the value of his life and his capacity to pay premium. In this case, the principle of indemnity cannot be applied at the time of death of an insuree. Now, second type of life insurance is, that is endowment insurance. When the insurance company promises to pay the policy amount to the insuree at the end of the policy period to him or to the legal heir in the event of his death, it is known as endowment insurance. In this type of policy, the insuree decides to insure himself not for whole life but only for a specific number of years. The insuree pays the premium decided by the insurance company up to the decided period, for example, up to the age of 50 years. Once the insuree reaches the age of 50 years, the policy matures and the insuree receives the amount of his policy. In case the insuree dies before the set period of policy, his heir receives the policy amount. Second type of insurance, that is general insurance. General insurance can be divided into three types. Number 1, goods transportation insurance. Number 2, fire insurance. Number 3, other general insurance. Now, goods transportation insurance can be divided into three types. Number 1, marine insurance. Number 2, air insurance. And number 3, that is road or railway insurance. Let us discuss in detail types of general insurance. But first of all, we should know what is general insurance. Any insurance other than life insurance is known as general insurance. Now come to types of general insurance. First type is goods transportation insurance. When goods are transported from one place to another, there is a risk of full or partial loss or damage to the goods. The insurance that covers this risk is called goods transportation insurance. This includes marine insurance, air insurance, and rail and road insurance. Now we start with marine insurance. Transportation of goods through ship is one of the oldest form of transport between countries and was the most common mode till 18th century. It is one of the most economical form of transport. However, there are several risks in it like damage or destruction of ship, goods carried by ship, etc. Marine insurance covers all these risks and compensates the insurer. The premium of marine insurance is quite less. Marine insurance was started by Lloyd's of London about 325 years ago. Second type, that is air insurance. Insurance against claims and losses arising from maintenance, use of aircrafts or airports, including damage to aircraft, personal injury, etc., is called air insurance. In 19th century, goods started getting transported through air and so began the air insurance. Air freights are very costly and so only those goods that are light in weight and highly valuable are transported through air. The premium of air insurance is much higher than marine and rail or road transport. Third type, that is rail or road insurance. Insurance that provides compensation against risks such as theft, robbery, damage to goods, etc., when they are transported either through trains or through road is known as rail or road transport. Now, second type of general insurance, that is fire insurance. The promise by the insurance company to pay compensation against the full or partial loss or damage to property due to fire against a pre-decided amount of premium is known as fire insurance. It is based on the principle of insurable interest. The insuree should get compensation equivalent to the loss of value of property due to fire provided he has insurable interest. Last type of general insurance is other general insurance. There are several other types of insurance over and above discussed so far. These insurances have come up with the need of time. Now these insurances are insurance for voice of a singer, insurance for laborers, third party insurance, insurance of employee, student insurance to protect general and social damage, medical insurance, that is Mediclaim, insurance of loss caused due to closure of business units, insurance against fraudulent activities that an employee may do and the loss that the employer may suffer, insurance against cancellation of match or an entertainment event due to man-made or natural reasons. Our next topic, that is privatization of insurance. Insurance was initiated by private sector in India. As India was a British colony, many foreign insurance companies started business of insurance in India. On 19th January 1956, through an ordinance, life insurance business was nationalized and the Life Insurance Corporation of India was set up. Thus, the monopoly of Life Insurance Corporation was established. Now about general insurance. General insurance was introduced by the Britishers in India. Periodical controls were imposed on general insurance as well, and it has continued after independence. On 1st January 1973, the general insurance business was nationalized on the basis of General Insurance Business Act of 1972. To analyze and appraise the working of insurance sector, a committee was appointed. It recommended the joint business by foreign insurance company with Indian counterparts. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, that is IRDA, was set up in 1999 to support it. Last topic of today's session, that is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. Short form of this is IRDA. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority was established in 1999 to analyze and develop the insurance industry in India. This is a supreme, autonomous and legal institution which manages the regulatory and development activities in the field of insurance. IRDA Act of 1999 has opened the doors of insurance sector to the private insurance companies and to foreign insurance companies to the extent of 26%, which was raised to 49% in 2015. The main objectives of IRDA are: number 1, policyholders gets more choice. Number 2, promote healthy competition among the various insurance companies which can improve the services with the lower premium. Number 3, mobilize more resources for the economy. Number 4, to bring self-discipline among the insurance companies. Number 5 and last, to create a mechanism for complaint redressal, etc. So here we complete second part of second chapter. See you tomorrow in next session. Thank you.